Good day to you. This is Impact Corner with BFO, and our topic for today is the prevalence of child abuse. Why? Why is child abuse on the increase? And this is actually our fourth episode on child abuse. We've talked about types of child abuse. We've talked about child sexual abuse. We've talked about signs and symptoms of child abuse. And that was actually what we talked about last week. So make sure you go on BFO TV on YouTube and search for these videos and watch them. BFO space then TV, and make sure you watch this video. And of course, also our other episodes of Impact Corner on YouTube. We talk about boosting your self-esteem and all that. Make sure you watch it and make sure you subscribe to our channel. So today we are asking ourselves, why is child abuse on the increase? So many reasons. The number one reason is ignorance. A lot of parents and caregivers are actually under the illusion that my child or the children under my care cannot be abused. Stay school, or some parents actually believe that, my children are not exposed to any outsider, so they are not exposed to any child abuser, so they can't be abused. Stay school. The people that abuse children today, they are actually people within our household, people that we can trust, people that can be trusted, people that our children can trust, So this is a big illusion. And of course, some parents are like, oh, my children are boys. Boys are not actually really sexually abused. They actually told us in child abuse statistics and the facts. That was one of our episodes. Stop saying, oh, because my children are boys, they can't be sexually abused. And of course, some people will say, oh, because my child is a baby, babies are not being abused. It's trending on the social media now. Videos of babies that are being physically abused. A lot of babies are sexually abused. Stop living under the illusion that your children cannot be abused. Helplessness is another reason children are being abused. Life happens, stuff happens, and sometimes we don't get what we expect from life. So my heart goes out to all the single mothers out there. Mothers that are struggling to carry the load of two people on their shoulders alone. Sometimes these women have moved from one husband to the other, or probably the loss of a husband has allowed them to have to move from, carry the children of another man to another husband's house. So these children end up having stepfathers. They don't bargain for it, they didn't call for it, but life happens, like I've said. And these men will promise heaven and hell that they will help this mother to take care of these children. They will be the father that these children never had. And along the line, they will start abusing these children. And of course, sometimes the mother is aware, because the children will come, the child will come and tell the mom that, this man is doing this. But because the woman don't want to have to leave that home and start looking for another man, or start taking care of bearing the burden of raising these children on her own, she will stay there. But I tell you, single mothers, you deserve more than that. You deserve happiness. You don't deserve to put up with an animal. Any man that is sleeping with you and sleeping with your daughter is an animal. He doesn't deserve you. He's not somebody you should stay with. Expose such a person and get out of that place. That is it. Don't allow any man to take advantage of you. Don't allow any man to ruin your future. Don't allow any man to ruin your children, all in the name of helping you to take care of them. Get out of there. The Lord will make your path shine in Jesus' name. Another cause of increasing child abuse is lifestyle. A lot of people have different lifestyles, the way they do things, the way they live their life, the partying type. This is how we like friends. We have a lot of people coming in the house. We do parties a lot, and we, do a lot of different things that expose children to child abuse. This is another reason. Struggle for survival is another reason why child abuse is on the increase. Of course, I mean, a lot of parents in today's world are professionals, business class people, working mother, working father. Is in a situation where both parents are working class, they leave home in the morning and they come back late in the evening. They have to depend on an external caregiver to take care of the children. Now, in this situation, both husband and wife has to sit down and work together. How are we going to work and at the same time make sure that we have time with our children? Of course, it's not like it's bad, to use external caregivers and house help, but you don't leave everything that has to do with your children like in the hands of the caregiver. A lot of working class women and working class parents, their children don't even have anything with them, no relationship with them. This is where it's bad. There's nothing wrong in going out to work and bring money home, but we have to prioritize it. We have to strategize. Working class people, please, let's strategize on how to make sure that we still have time to watch the children that God has given to us, because we are going to give account of these children. Another reason why child abuse is on the increase is overtrusting. This is just like the ignorance. When you think, oh, I trust this person so much, so they can't abuse my children. And of course, this is very common. And a lot of parents, even their children, will be telling them that this person is abusing me, this person is doing this thing to me. They still will not believe their child. They will still choose to trust that person over whatever their children is telling them. This is a bad one. Please, don't trust anybody more than your children. Don't even allow your children to sense that you trust anybody over them, more than them. Your children are yours. So you should trust them. You should have confidence in them. You should read the signals. Some parents overtrust so much that the signals is all over the place, but they are not even saying it because they trust this person so much. Please, nobody is above your children. God has given you these children and you give account for them. Another reason for increasing child abuse is position in the society. Sometimes, because of the position we're in the society, we're exposed, our family is exposed to some kind of, things around us. Society workers, political leaders, pastors, ministers, people that media personnel, filmmakers like myself. We usually have a lot of people around us. Sometimes you have a lot of visitors coming in the house. All these things, you can't stop them. I cannot say I will not be a filmmaker anymore. I cannot say we will not have movie location anymore. You can't say as a pastor, your church members won't come to your house anymore, or church families won't visit you. As a political leader, the people, in your society will still come to your house. They will still visit you. But we have to make our home a safe haven for our children. This is where watchfulness and carefulness comes in. You have to be watchful. Whenever you have a lot of guests in your house, be watchful. Know where your children are. Know what is going on with them. Know, how they are feeling, the way they react to people. Open your tentacles, open your ears, open your eyes, and open everything. Open your mind to make sure that you are in control, you are in charge of things going on around you. And if you know that you can't protect your children in the midst of all these things, then make your home, don't stop making your home the place, the venue for all these meetings. Your home must be a safe haven for your children. Try all you can. There's this story of a bishop's daughter. Thank God the girl is now grown now, happily married with children. But when she told me this story, my heart bled that day. Because even throughout that week, I was just thinking about it, like, oh my goodness. So this girl is a bishop's daughter, and a lot of people always come to their house, including pastors, ministers, church workers, church members, everybody. They always come to their house. And she said, growing up in that house was hell, because a lot of some people when the parent is in the sitting room or upstairs or somewhere within earshot, they can hear them. These people will be saying these hooligans, because if you are abusing somebody else's child, you are an animal. So this animal will be telling this girl that, oh, Simisola, how was school today? Somebody is asking your child, how was school today? But see where my hand is. This is where the person's hand will be. And when the mom or the dad that is within earshot is hearing how was school today, that woman is happy, that man is happy that, oh, this person is a good person because he's concerned about my child's well-being. So, Simisola, how was school today? Simisola, oh, So watch out for all these things. When you have all these things, when you can't but have all these things around you, be your children's friend. Talk to them. Talk to them. Ask about their views. How about this person? How about this? Talk to them about situations. Be present. Be readily available. Give them the ears. Sense when they want to talk. Sense what their behavior, what's going on with them. God will help us. Raising children is a key priority that we have as parents. And we will give account to God. I always say this. God will not allow us to give a bad account over our children. Our children will not grow up to be a source of reproach to us in the name of Jesus Christ. Whatever you are doing, be it ministry or political office or community service or profession or business, if your children is nothing to write home about, if your children is not morally stand, or if your children it brings shame to you, then whatever it is you are doing lacks substance. God will help us. And of course, make sure you go on our channel and watch all the other episodes on the series of child abuse and our other Impact Corner episode. And if you've been blessed by this video, make sure you like it, make sure you comment on it, and make sure you share it. If you know another cause of child abuse, either we have mentioned it or you want to explain better, or we haven't even remembered to mention it, leave it in the comment section, And of course, make sure you share the video to be a blessing to others. Follow Beatrice Funke-Ogunmola on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and look out for my Impact Corner live show on Facebook every Friday on Beatrice Funke-Ogunmola Facebook wall at 2 p.m. Central Time, and of course at 8 p.m. Nigeria and UK time. And until I come your way again, please continue to watch out for abuse and continue to pray for your children. God will help us. See you next time.